Hi everyone, this is Ryan again. Today I want to show you how to use the RESolute app on your projects. Up to now we have gone over the equipment, setup, and how to capture a 360 image. The next step is now to create our project and then shoot and place our locations. First, we need to go log in on our desktops into RESolute. If this is your first time, you should have an email asking you to set up a user or an invitation to begin using RESolute. Go ahead and create your user and login credentials, and when that is done, sign in. You will notice that the home screen is pretty empty, and that's because we have not created any projects. However, after you begin to use RESolute for a while, various projects will populate here. At the top right of the window, there is a profile quick link and another quick link to log out of RESolute. Inside the profile link, you can update your profile and/or change your password. For now, we need to locate the Create Project button and select it. In the pop-up window that appears, we need to fill out the field's project name. You can add a description, and this can be whatever you want. Typically, I just leave this blank. In the Upload Image area, I usually come back to this after the project is completed, and I have a photo from the project itself to place here. The start and end day fields can be left blank, but ultimately it is entirely up to you if you would like to fill them in. At the bottom, once the desired fields are filled in, we need to select Save Changes. Back on the home screen, you will now see your first project populated under the Shortcut to Latest Projects heading. Now you should have the option to add users, make edits, or archive this project. Typically, I add users once the project is completely shot, images are uploaded, and double-checked for errors. Nothing needs to be edited at this time because we are just starting. Now, if you move your mouse over the image icon above your project information, a blue box should appear labeled Sections. Go ahead and select this. Now on this next screen, you will notice it mirrors the home window, but in this instance we have a box allowing us to create sections and a toolbar with headers like section description, panoramas, camera type, and last update. As you create sections within your project, this is where you will be able to navigate through them, and all the information that corresponds to the header will be listed appropriately. Let's go ahead and click on that blue box labeled Create Section. Just like when we set up our project, a pop-up window appears again for us to fill out a lot of the same information that details this specific section of our project. Let's go ahead and put in a title, and right now type in our camera type. All the other fields can be edited later towards the end of the project if they need to be. Once we have a title and put in the camera, go ahead and select Save Changes. Now you will see a section populated underneath the toolbar with all the header titles and the ability to now edit and/or archive this specific section. Go ahead and hover your mouse over the image thumbnail and a blue box appears labeled Photos. Select that. In the next window, we now have the options to add 360 photos and a layout. Select Add Layout. This next window allows us to upload the layout we will be using for this section of our project. When uploading, make sure that the layout file is either a PNG or a JPEG. If you have a layout ready, select the Browse button, find the layout you need and open it. At the bottom of the screen, a preview should populate once it's loaded. Make sure the layout looks correct and select Save Changes. At this point, we need to grab the tablet we will be taking with us into the field and sync what we just did to the app itself. First, open up the app on the iPad and log in. And if you have not downloaded it yet, do so now. Once we are logged in, the home screen should be blank, and in the upper right there is a sync button. Click this and wait a minute for the app to sync with what we did online. After the app syncs, you should see the project we just created. Tap the project and navigate to the section you created. If you tap the section, the layout we created should appear in the next window. This is where we start pinning our locations for each 360 bubble we take. Before we place a pin, take note of the icons on the toolbar at the top. In the upper left, there is a menu icon and a back button. And on the far right, there is a sync button. Now if we select the menu button, we have several options available to us in the drop-down. Synchronize locations, section list, log out user, and a locations sequencer option. While capturing our locations, we can place pins and manually type out the number, or with the location sequencer, type in our start number in the text box and then slide the location sequencer on. Now when we place our locations, they automatically populate numbers in sequential order. Once this is all set up, it's go time. Capture all of your locations, making sure to pin the locations of each station until you're completely done with the capture of your area. Once done, and you make sure that there is no errors, connect to Wi-Fi and select the sync button. This makes it so that when you go back to your computer and log into RESolute, the map will now reveal all your locations, and now all we have to do is stitch and upload our images, which I will go over in the next video, Stitching Photos.